Hello there, Aries, and welcome to your November forecast. I hope you're doing great. Really good to see you again. Just a reminder as we get started here that you can use these monthly videos for your sun, your rising, and for your moon sign. So, quick note about November. As I was tuning just into the month of November, I really found that for all signs that this is a great time for you to think about potential energy and really plant seeds, set foundations into place, and understand that what you're doing now is going to have a really great and profound impact on 2018. You don't have to wait until December or January. That's often a misconception. New Year's it's not the only time that you can make resolutions. This is a very powerful time. So I encourage you to start to plant seeds during this very fertile month and see where it leads. As I focused on your particular sign, the message was to stick to the concrete facts, to stick to things that were solid, not to get too pulled in one direction or another with either your emotions or others, or to get distracted by somebody's lofty ideas. It's really to focus on what you know and understand. Of course, intuition plays a big role or we wouldn't be talking here, but what I'm trying to say is your anchor this month is going to be in what is solid, what you know, and what you've been investing in thus far. So keep doing that. You're on the right track with that. Don't lose your speed, your trajectory, or anything just because someone else calls it into question. So let's now take a look at the cards and see if there's additional insights into that or into other elements of this month. If you're brand new, I want to say hearty welcome and let you know how I organize it each month. I start off with some channeled information, which you just saw. Then I pull a Celtic cross plus a bonus card, which I'll get to in a second. And then I expand the forecast to include health, wealth, love, and destiny. So let's go ahead and pull the full spread first. And I'll go one by one through what is coming through for this month. Okay, so your catalyst this month is all about regaining control and not letting things get out of your sight or out of your understanding. So if there's either a teacher, a coworker, a boss, a partner in your life that is really trying to either overexert their control or convince you into do something that you don't want to do, this is a chance for you to kind of literally put on the brakes and say, I need more information, or I don't understand why we arrived at that. Again, going back to the channeled information, things need to be concrete and based on things that you've already agreed upon. So if you don't agree to some of the terms of something that someone's trying to put in front of you, then it's okay, question it. So you are in the driver's seat and you need to be more in control of all aspects of your life, and we'll occasionally go back to that card, but that's the main message associated with that. Right at the center, there's a sense of feeling a little stressed out. Some of you may be struggling with the quality of your sleep. You might be worrying over a decision. And I think that, again, you have to be happy with what this outcome is going to be. So for those of you that might be, like, if we bring a very standard example here of signing a lease, you wouldn't want to sign like a 5-year lease for an apartment. You shouldn't have to do things like that in your life as well, that you feel like you're either promising too much or being asked too much. And so the first thing that I'm seeing is make sure that things sit well with you in relationships, in contracts, in agreements, overall. If not, push back, say no. There's no need to say yes and second guess yourself. It's much better to take more time to consider that. The Four of Cups is also speaking to an overall opportunity this month to look beyond what's right around you. There might be an opportunity just on the horizon that's ready for you, and if you're too involved in the present stress or the present situation, you might miss something really great on the horizon. So I'm encouraging you to keep your eyes and ears open and to look beyond the present. Don't get too upset about either what has happened or what's happening now. When I'm looking at what you've just come through, you know, some of you may have either been in a very critical situation or had some critical feedback that came your way. I don't want that to basically become your truth. Understand that whenever we receive constructive criticism or just criticism, sometimes it isn't always useful, you know, it comes to us, we can do what we need to with it, And then it's important to move on and not let that become so much a part of you that you get paralyzed. There's a great opportunity for love and support to blossom this month. New things want to come in. I do see a new love. It does seem for some of you that it could be transitional. It could be a water sign, by the way. For those of you that are already in a relationship, what this is telling me is, time with your partner may be fleeting at best. So make good use of that and try to exercise good work-life balance. Again, going back to your catalyst card, it's very important this month that you stay in control. You say yes, you say no. The other thing that I'm seeing for you is maybe unnecessary attachment to fear over the course of the whole month. So I want you to turn things around a little bit, and instead of worrying about what might go wrong, think about what could happen in your favor. Start to go towards opportunity rather than the critical or the negative. I want you to have a balance of both. It's good for you to be skeptical sometimes, but I do also want you to embrace opportunity as well. What's important this month is to try to stay focused. For some of you, there may be a lot of unnecessary activities going on. Say no if you need to some of them. And also, I talked to another sign this month about the power of understanding where you're headed. Once you send a note out to the universe saying, I'm ready for this, or this is what I'm looking for, things start to open up, passages start to appear. If you're kind of distracted and you don't know, then you get a hodgepodge of everything. And this is really important when it comes to your career and to your love life. I've had a few clients who start off the session by saying, I sent a note to the universe saying, send me a woman or send me a man. And I think, ooh, that's so generic. You don't want to do that. And or they just say, send me work, send me money. You want to be more specific in what you're looking to do or who you're looking to engage with. So make up your mind, be specific, and really send that specific broadcast out, and then let go. And with regards to all of the work that might be going on in your life or all the activities, really pick and choose just a couple. I feel like you might be overextending yourself right now. Great time for you to get out and take some walks, to get away from this. I've been telling everybody this month, whether or not you celebrate any holidays, you need to take a vacation. Almost every sign is showing a benefit from separation from work or separation from routine. And also, just even if you're taking a 5 or 10 minute break, that's going to be very good. There could be a very short trip for some of you. Be open to that. It doesn't look negative. I do see love and relationships being an area of strength for you this month. So embrace that. Not every sign has that. I do see it's good for you. Also, creative expression is good for you. Your ability to get other people excited about what you're talking about, very, very good. I do see things shifting. If you felt like you have been held back or haven't been able to get ahead or things have just been stuck, this card in reverse is the reverse of that, which is a feeling of movement. The big area of movement is in your ideation and your ability to innovate or think yourself out of a situation. So spend some time in brainstorming. If you're working in a group, that Queen of Wands card is speaking to your ability to be a very good manager. I really want you to focus on time management this month because, again, looking at relationships, it could feel fleeting if you're with someone. So make sure that your friends and your loved ones, you're spending enough time with them and that you feel like that's balanced. Let's go ahead now and expand the forecast, and we'll begin with your health to see how everything is looking in that area of your life. I like to remind people that health includes your mind, your body, and your spirit. Let's see what this card is speaking to this time. All right, so this is a card just to remind you to keep putting in the work. Now, that being said, and connecting that with the Nine of Swords, I do think that your sleep is the biggest area of improvement that you could make this month. So with Nine of Swords, this sometimes speaks to your sleeping environment or your habits prior to going to bed. Are you eating too close to bedtime? Are you watching stressful things on television or consuming news reports that are kind of stressing you out or listening to somebody that is complaining? If any of these are true, you need to really create a space of about 90 minutes before bedtime where you're starting to gently get to a neutral zone. So stop watching television, maybe read a book instead, or listen to some relaxing music, anything that's meditation based or maybe a book on tape where the sound of the voice starts to put you to sleep. Whatever it is, it can bring you to a sense of equilibrium. Very, very important. And I think that that's key, okay? Let's now take a look at, we looked at health, let's look at your wealth. For wealth, a lot of signs are showing a need to take action. So this is a month where, again, looking at your catalyst, it's important for you to get in control. So if there's something that you've been meaning to do, this could be setting up a will, a trust, could be setting up a new bank account, deciding to get something changed from a legal perspective. This is the month to really take control of that, decide that you're going to do it, and execute on that plan, okay? Let's take a look now at your, we looked at health, wealth, let's look at love. Love and relationships can be both. It can also be about what you need to work on yourself, because love starts within. But your love card this month is about being honest in your speech. So, or your communications with people, and also making sure that if you have any difficult conversations that you need to do, that you carefully choose your words. Maybe you have someone take a look at what you're going to say before you say it. And if someone does approach you with criticism, which I saw in the past, try not to let them push your buttons. Allow for the words to just sort of exist, and you can say, that may not have sounded the best that it could have, but I'm not going to give this person my energy or my power. You can just sort of say, let's talk when you've settled down. Or this isn't a good time. There's a lot of ways you can defer difficult people or unnecessary conversations. Now let's take a look at your destiny card, which is your GPS, your trajectory. If you like the trajectory, you can stay on it. If you don't, then this is really a chance for you to adjust. So your GPS this month is another card of control. And so I've seen repeated nods to being in control of your life, of your destiny. The Emperor card also speaks to relationships with men in your life, particularly paternal figures. So could either be a man or a woman, but usually it's like a father figure or an older male in your life. Take a look at those relationships, see how they feel. If they're good, then it's about, for some of you, becoming more of an entrepreneur, or perhaps taking more of a management position at work, or at the very least, just deciding to take control over different aspects of your life. You have a lot more power than you realize, and that card is reminding you of that. Let's go ahead now and review everything that we talked about. At the beginning, your channeled message reminded you to stick to things that you know and you trust. Don't let other people stand in the way of you doing what you need to do. When we looked at your catalyst card, it reminded you to stay in control, which is echoing that. It's the Chariot in reverse. As we looked at the rest of the cards here, I'm going to mention that there's an opportunity for new love coming in. That time with loved ones could feel fleeting, so you really want to manage your time and work balance. So that's something that is within your control if you speak up. There is a tendency this month to either be stressed out or putting a little bit of fear into what might go wrong. I'm challenging you to look at the reverse, what the opportunities are. In fact, the more you do that, the more you might see that there's a blessing, a hidden blessing just around the horizon, and an opportunity that you can kind of attach to. There is some negative feedback that might be coming through either at the very beginning of the month or with a coworker or a boss. Try to divorce yourself from that. It's not necessary. It's not something that you have to have. I gave you some tips and skills on how to get away from someone who's in a bad energy space. When it comes to your exercise, I want you to move a little bit more. Vacationing or taking a holiday is very, very good for your energy this month as well. New love is coming through, and your ability just to connect with people on a charismatic level is in your favor. Your ability to manage projects and activities, very, very strong. And I see you breaking free of this feeling of stagnation that you might have had last month. As we expand the forecast to health, wealth, love, and destiny, your health is speaking to really taking care of yourself and doing some work on how well you're sleeping and how well you're managing your stress before you go to bed. When we're looking at your wealth, taking an active role, making some decisions, and doing things that you've promised to do in the past. When we look at your love situations, trying to avoid those arguments when and if possible, and your destiny card is speaking to your ability to control and manifest your destiny. So that wraps up our monthly video, And just a quick schedule note in case you wanted to reach out and have a personal appointment. I am going to take some time off in December. So if you want to schedule time with me, November and January are the best times to do so. Also, with regard to my YouTube videos, I will be doing just one video in December, and I'll either do the same thing in January or very short versions of these, just so that I can take some time off, and I know you guys can appreciate and support that. If you'd like to stay in touch, of course the easiest way to do so is simply to subscribe to this channel, but there's a box right below the video where you'll see a lot of links. Those links will also allow you to connect with me on other networks. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, so feel free to join me there if you'd like. You can also subscribe to my newsletter, which is a great way to be informed of new videos. Also, if you'd like to just donate to this channel because you like the quality of the videos, you can do that in the links below as well. I have one that will go to Patreon, and the other one is just a donation link on my website. So with all of that being said, I like to always end on a note of gratitude. So aside from the likes and subscribes, which I do appreciate, I just want to thank you for continuing to work on yourself and your own intuitive development. It makes this world a better place because you're a better citizen of the planet, and we need that right now. So keep doing that, keep working hard, and keep developing your own skills and your own intuition. I wish you all the best this month, and always take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.